Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Sacred Union Energy Update. I was going to do a Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine mini reading. Just a quick check-in on the energies and where everybody is feeling, where everybody's standing with one another in this connection. But I got called to do a Sacred Union Energy Update, kind of like an in-depth one like this. Do make sure that you're staying tuned to Instagram and on Facebook, because I think we'll do another check-in throughout the week, especially because we have a new moon in Aquarius. That feels like it's really helping us move forward, really helping us shift and manifest our highest timeline is what I'm hearing, especially when it comes to these divine partnerships and this ascension journey. So do make sure you're staying tuned to Instagram and Facebook. I'll post some little mini readings up there, and I'll cross-post to YouTube as well as I'm able. I do want to also make sure that you're staying tuned to Instagram and Facebook, because I'm having new posts up there all the time. I have reels going up for daily guidance, daily polls on Instagram, and any news is going to be available there as well. Okay, so I got called to the Psychic Tarot of the Heart and the Psychic Tarot decks to use today. I don't use these very often, but I got called to use these. And what do I want to do? I want to get a romance angel for your connecting energy. You know what? No. We'll come to that in a minute. I'm going to get the angels, gods, and goddesses for connecting energy. This is very spur of the moment, as my readings usually are. I had wanted to do a Sacred Union Energy Update. I didn't expect to do it right now because I'm in the middle of client readings, but I go where Spirit leads me. Okay. Spirit, what is the connecting energy for these sacred partners? What is the connecting energy for these sacred partners? What's the connecting energy for these sacred partners? What's the connecting energy for these sacred partners? Thank you. We have Goddess of the Shadows. What you perceive to be your dark side holds a hidden treasure. I feel like that's what we've been channeling for the past few weeks with regards to this Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is having us going very deep. We have on this journey... Okay, let me start over. On this journey, on this ascension journey, this journey of evolution and soul growth, we have been unlocking layer after layer after layer, releasing illusion, releasing and integrating any of that soul sludge, any of that dense energy, any of the fear, any of the old programming, the societal conditioning, any blocks, any false beliefs that don't hold true anymore. And we've been integrating our shadow sides, our perceived, what they say, perceived shadow sides, our perceived flaws. What really makes us human is what I'm hearing. We've been learning how to go deep within and understand ourselves, bring us to a new level of understanding within ourselves. And like in one of the daily energy draws this week, they had channeled to me the Oracle of Delphi, which says on the temple of the Oracle of Delphi, it says, know thyself. And to know thyself is the pursuit of ascension. It's the pursuit of spiritual wisdom. The more you know yourself, and this is not just knowing yourself from the human perspective, but the more you know yourself from the soul's perspective, the more you understand yourself, and the deeper and deeper and deeper within you go, the more connected you become. I'm also hearing the deeper you know God, source, the universe, whatever it is that you want to call that infinite power, that source energy. The more you know yourself, the deeper you know God. And so that's that spiral. That's the ascension journey. The ascension journey is, yes, you're ascending. Yes, you're rising above. Yes, you're shifting dimensions, shifting consciousness into higher dimensions, higher consciousness. But it takes going deep within, deep down into the recesses of yourself, of your soul, to fully understand yourself. So as you're ascending, you're going deeper within. And that's what this really feels like. With this Mercury retrograde, you've been called to do more releasing, to keep going within the shadow sides of yourself, to keep looking within yourself to see where is there more subconscious soul sludge? Where is there still stuff that's kind of still lodged in the subconscious for you to clear, for you to realize that fear is the illusion, and that was just holding you back from love. On this journey, we have been clearing layer after layer after layer after layer after layer. And if you look back at your journey thus far, where you are right here, right now, in the present now moment, and you look back at where you were at the beginning of this ascension journey, at the beginning of your awakening even, you'll see how much you have transformed. It's because you've done this healing work, because you've done this clearing work, because you've removed layers of illusion to come back to the truth of yourself, to come back to the soul of yourself, to come back to the love of yourself, which is the truth of yourself, which is the soul of yourself. You are love. And this Mercury retrograde is releasing another layer of that. I feel like that's where both counterparts are and have been. And I feel like that's where the new moon is helping you to release in order to manifest. You're clearing out the old in order to bring in the new. This energy this week, and really make sure that you check out the dailies, because this energy this week really feels like releasing to birth this new reality for yourself. And you are birthing a new reality for yourself because you're birthing that from within. And so many of you guys have written to me. I've shared my own experience on Instagram and Facebook, and so many of you have written to me and said how you've experienced something similar. It feels like a release. It feels like a relief. It feels like a freedom within yourself, recognizing where you're fully recognizing your sovereignty. You're fully recognizing the love within yourself now. You're fully recognizing your own self-empowerment, your own self-love. And that is such a beautiful thing, because what you're doing is you're embodying that now. You're anchoring that in. You had been going through layers and layers and layers of that, kind of balancing that out, teeter-tottering back and forth. One time it would feel like you were doing great. The next minute it felt like you were doing more purging. But now it's like you have really released such a heavy layer. And what that heavy layer was the past. It was the old cycle, so that you're now moving into the new. This new cycle is here. It is right here, right now. It's not something that is coming. It is right here, right now. You are in the new cycle. For the past several months, we have been in that transition energy where an old cycle had ended, but we were still in the process of clearing that old energy out, because it's not like it doesn't happen with the snap of a fingers. It takes some time. It's that transition energy. But we've moved through that transition energy. It is right here, right now. The new is here. And it might have taken some extra purging or releasing of the old. Again, it was like something was still kind of lodged in subconscious, and this Mercury retrograde has really helped you to release that, to really fully step into your light, to really fully step into your power. And both counterparts are doing this. Both counterparts are doing this. And this is both counterparts that are aware of your shadows, aware of your strengths, both, integrating your shadow and your light. And this is helping. You see all the chakras here? This is helping birth this new energy. It's like the phoenix rising here. This is such a powerful energy, because you're not ignoring your dark. You're very much aware of your dark. You are clearing what needs to be cleared. Again, the false programming, the societal conditioning, the patterns, beliefs, addictions, habits, behaviors, the old sense of self that just isn't resonating with you anymore, that isn't in alignment with you anymore. You have been clearing that, but you're not ignoring it. You're not ignoring the shadow aspects. You are aware of it as you clear it, as you transmute it back into light, and that's what this phoenix energy is. You are rising from the ashes of that old cycle, being reborn here, and there's this huge kundalini awakening that's happening. Another layer of your ascension journey is taking root here, and it's going to feel more powerful. And let me say what it's not going to feel like. It's not going to feel as intense. It's not going to feel like tension. It's not going to feel like heightened triggering and pain and heartbreak. That's what you released. It's going to feel like more resiliency. You're going to feel more strength within yourself. You're going to feel more peace within yourself. No matter what is happening in your external world, you're going to feel the anchoring in of the love, of the unity consciousness, of the higher perspective, seeing things from the higher perspective rather than being drawn into the chaos and the drama and the conflict. It's just going to feel just much more balanced. And there's a heightened level of awareness with this, a heightened level of perspective with this, because you're seeing things from the soul's perspective, and you're really anchored into that love. You're really anchored into embodying that higher consciousness. That is what this is. It feels very powerful. And with this also comes, with this power, the old version, the old template was control. That's where power used to come from. You're recognizing that power now comes from the soul. Power comes from connecting to yourself, to your heart, to your intuition, and to Source or God. You're recognizing that power comes from faith. That's the new template. And that energy, it's a balance of softness, that feminine energy, that flow, with a masculine energy of fierceness and action and just protectiveness. It's the goddess energy. Isis coming in very strongly here. It's that goddess energy. Loving, compassionate, but also fierce, a warrior. That's the balance here. That's what this is. That's what this integration energy is. And both counterparts are in this energy because of the work and the transformation that both of you, divine masculine and divine feminine, have undergone. Now, this is the embodied divine masculine and divine feminine, as well as your inner divine masculine and divine feminine. They wanted me to clarify that this is both. This is your connection in the physical, in the 3D, with your counterpart, and this is the connection within yourself. Both counterparts have been undergoing this transformation. And it's because you're balancing out the masculine and feminine within you that you're seeing this change and this transition, this transformation within your counterpart, within your connection. Or at least you will be. It feels like this is moving into the next phase. We're talking about the next phase of your journey. But this is where we are right here, right now. That new phase is beginning right here, right now. Okay. I'm going to get some masculine energies. Okay, what's the current energy for the divine masculine, please? What's the current energy for the divine masculine? Awareness and authority. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There's this heightened level of awareness. And this is the Emperor here. This is the Magician and the Emperor. There's this heightened level of control within oneself. Authority over oneself. And this doesn't feel... Sometimes the Emperor can be a distortion, like a distorted energy. Too controlling, too manipulative, too... just control is the energy that you're giving me. But this feels like there's a new level of awareness where he's risen into his power and recognized that his power doesn't come from control. It comes from awareness. It comes from connection to the universe here. This Magician energy is like a high priest energy. Recognizing your power, recognizing your ability to manifest, recognizing your wisdom. This is beautiful divine energy. I don't know how else to explain this. Beautiful divine energy. That's the energy that your divine masculine is in. Receiving, look at the cosmos up here, receiving these downloads, receiving this information, connecting to higher power. And with that, being in their masculine energy of taking action from that higher power, from that higher connection, learning how to balance out their masculine and feminine energies. The feminine energies is really, listening to the intuition. This is taking divine intuitive action. I love this energy. How do I explain this? It's high priest energy. It's awakened energy. It's ascended energy. It's transformed energy. This divine masculine really has transformed into the highest version of themselves. I do feel like they're learning how to embody this. I do feel like they're gaining understanding and enlightenment as far as how to embody this. But this feels very powerful, recognizing their power, but not from the old template. That's what they had to shed. Now recognizing the power that comes from connection, recognizing the power that comes from love, that comes from source energy, that comes from higher wisdom. That's where their power is coming from now. the power that comes from the heart. I knew there was another card there and I just didn't know what it was. The power that comes from the heart, because their heart has been opened now. That's part of the foundation that they have set for themselves. They have shed the old template and they have opened up their heart, and now they're building upon the foundation of the heart. The foundation of the open heart, allowing themselves to express. This is that feminine energy that I was channeling. The feminine energy being connected to the heart, connected to the expression of the self, the expression of the heart. This is the balance here. How's Divine Masculine feeling about this connection? How is Divine Masculine feeling about this connection? How is Divine Masculine feeling about this connection, please, Spirit? Power. Strength. That's the Strength card. This is the balance. Okay. It's almost like we've been talking about this a lot, and I repeat a lot because the energy is residual. The energy is still coming in because, again, this is part of that transformation. A transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's residual. Divine Masculine has really been learning how to balance out their material world with their spiritual world, their newfound spirituality, their newfound awareness. Even if they were spiritual and conscious before, they've reached another level within themselves. Shedding old beliefs, shedding old knowledge, especially about themselves, especially about the world around them. They're reaching a new level of their spiritual awakening. And so they're learning how to balance out their material world, their human experience, with this newfound, I don't want to say newfound spirituality, but that's really what it is. This higher level of consciousness, that's what it is. It's balancing that out. That's what this energy feels like. This feels like they have gained this strength and this power within themselves through this connection that has helped them balance out these two sides of themselves. That has helped them overcome the ego and has helped them balance out within themselves. And it's almost like they're balancing out their ego, even integrating their ego, because the ego is part of the human identity. So we don't have to kill the ego, we just have to integrate it and allow ourselves to listen to our intuition, allow our soul to speak higher than the ego, because the ego is caught up in very limited survival mechanism, defense mechanisms, the old ways of doing things. But we still have the ego because that's still part of our human experience, part of our human identity. But we really learn how to listen to our intuition first and foremost, because that is soul speaking. So really learning how to integrate the two, that's what this feels like. This feels like integration. And I feel like your connection has really helped them balance this out and help them gain this strength within themselves for this connection. Because they're able to find that strength within themselves and balance themselves out, rise into this divine power, they're finding the power within this connection, finding the strength within this connection. How is Divine Masculine feeling about this connection? Chariot, Triumph. Look at all the major arcanas here too. That's pretty amazing. This is a major transformation happening. This is the universe coming in and helping these Divine Masculines really transform into their higher self. It's funny. I'm going to share something with you guys that I shared with a friend yesterday. My Divine Masculine used to say, "You're trying to change me. You're trying to change me." And I used to get very defensive about that because I wasn't. I never felt like I was. I just wanted us to grow and ascend and reach connection higher. And what I realized was I just wanted him to grow for himself. Not so much for us, but I wanted him to realize the power within himself, the strength within himself. I wanted him to want the best for himself. And I really had to let go of a lot of that wanting because he has to want that for himself. But it wasn't ever about changing him. It was about seeing the fullness of him and wanting him to want the same, wanting him to want to grow. Your person has grown. Your person is growing. And I feel like there had been some resistance to that, but I feel like they have been realizing that the old ways of doing things, the old ways of being, just wasn't feeling good anymore, because they had outgrown that, because they had been ascending. Ascension doesn't stop. That's the universe coming in and pushing them along. Life doesn't stop. Ascension doesn't stop. Your evolution and soul growth doesn't stop. I feel like for a long time they had been in such stagnant energy that felt almost comfortable for them. And so it was like, well, I don't want to grow. I don't want to change, because this is what I know. But the further along they went on this journey, with the universe creating tower moments for them, kind of dismantling everything, that was the universe, that was spirit, their own soul, their higher self saying, no, you cannot stay in the stagnant energy. We won't allow it. Your very soul won't allow it. You have to move forward. You have to keep evolving. You have to keep growing, because that's what the soul is all about. The soul is all about evolution. Ascension. That's what ascension is. It's about growth. That's what life is all about. It's about growth. And so the old really had to decay and fall away. And where they were in resistance to that, the universe was really pushing them forward. That's what this energy is. With all these major arcanas, this is the universe having pushed them forward into their transformation. And I feel like they're opening up their eyes and seeing the strength that comes from that transformation, the power that comes from that transformation, and what they can manifest from that new version of themselves. They're enjoying this new version of themselves. They're feeling this sense of victory. They're feeling this sense of triumph. And now it's like, now that the universe is almost like, okay, the universe is like, I'm done pushing you. And they're like, you don't have to push me anymore. I'm going to take the reins from here on out, because I want to keep developing. I want to keep growing. I want to evolve, because this feels good. It's like they recognize that opening up their heart feels good, that ascending feels good, that growth feels good, because they're recognizing the strength within themselves. A lot of the reason why they were in that resistant energy was because they didn't feel worthy of it. Now they're recognizing their worth. They're recognizing their self-love. That's part of their open heart, that expansion of the heart that's happening, the activations of the heart that's happening. And because it feels so good, this new energy that they're climbing into, that they're transforming into, they just want to keep going. They want to keep ascending. They want to keep transforming into the best and highest version of themselves. But they're recognizing that their partner, that their counterpart, had kind of triggered them into this. So there, I feel like there's a little bit of, it's almost, it's playful. It's a very playful energy, but it's almost like they're saying to their counterpart, how dare you? How dare you have triggered me into this when I was comfortable in my old version of myself? But it's very loving energy. It's a very loving energy. It's almost like they want to say, thank you for this. Thank you for triggering me into this transformation, because I would not have done it on my own. And I recognize that, because I was in such a place of lack, because I was in such an old mindset, an old template. I didn't even realize that. I wasn't even aware of that until I met you, how stagnant my life had been. I wasn't even aware of how much scarcity and fear and illusion was in my life until I met you. And Divine Feminines, you feel the same about your Divine Masculine, only you were more aware of that on this journey, and that's why you were doing the active healing. You were doing the active work, the active energy clearing, because you were more aware of it. Your Divine Masculine is aware of it now. Let's get one more. How are they feeling towards this connection? We have rest in rejuvenation, and we have spiritual strength at the bottom of the deck here. This is I think it's a Four of Swords here, but this really feels like prayer. This really feels like contemplation, meditation, especially with spiritual strength. Your person is understanding this connection. They might, again, be in a little bit of hermit mode. They might be a little bit withdrawn, because they're integrating all of this energy, and this is newfound energy for them because of the transformation they've undergone. And we've been channeling that here for the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine readings for a while, where they just kind of wanted to sit in this energy because it was so new. And that's this energy here. This feels so new, and they just kind of want to bask in this strength that they're feeling, especially the spiritual strength here. Yeah, okay, we're going to pause there and go to the Divine Feminines. That's amazing energy for Divine Masculines. There's just this energy of, it feels like very like awestruck, very like they're almost surprised and in wonder at this transformation within themselves and this new energy within themselves. That's what it feels like, new energy for themselves. And they're just like, I didn't know I could feel this way. I didn't know I could feel this good about myself. I didn't know I could feel this alive. I didn't know I could feel this connected on my own. And you, Divine Feminine, you push them into this and they're recognizing that, but it's a very loving energy. It's a sense of gratitude for this. I just did a client reading that was very similar energy. There were specifics in that client reading, but it's very similar energy, so it's no wonder. I wasn't planning on doing this reading, but it's no wonder Spirit called me to it. This is beautiful, beautiful energy for Divine Masculines. Okay, let's see where the Divine Feminine is now. What's the current energy for the Divine Feminine? What's the current energy for the Divine Feminine? Change your focus. What's the current energy for the Divine Feminine? Okay. Let's get some more, please, Spirit, to clarify this. Current energy for the... Oh, okay, thank you. Healing begins. Choose your battles. Okay. Remember when I said in the beginning that it really feels like there was some kind of major release that happened here, especially with Mercury retrograde? This could have happened in the past several days, to the past several weeks. It could be happening for you now, but there was an immense release, an immense purging that really brought you into your power, that really made you feel very self-empowered, that made you see things much more clearly, about yourself, your own inner strength. And it's interesting because I really feel like the Divine Masculine is mirroring this. What we talked about for the Divine Masculine, that's what the Divine Feminine has been experiencing as well, only on a little bit of a different level, and at a different angle, I should say, from a different perspective. Divine Feminine, I feel like you created a major change within yourself. I'm hearing you ended a cycle by releasing the past. Whatever that major release was, it forced you to look at yourself differently, and even look at your life differently. You see how she has her back almost turned to the Divine Masculines? I don't feel like you have your back to the Divine Masculine. I don't feel like you've disconnected or detached. I just feel like you've shifted your focus back to yourself, back to your own studies, your own careers, your own businesses, your own social life, back to your own self-love. What I actually heard was self-involvement, but that's not from like an arrogant or selfish perspective. It's where you had put the focus so heavily on your Divine Masculine, you've really released that burden, you've really released that responsibility, recognizing that your Divine Masculine is on this soul growth journey too, that they're doing the work, that they are transforming, and that you're trusting in this, believing in this. You don't have to carry that weight anymore. There's 10 of Wands. You don't have to carry that burden. You've really released that. And by doing that, you've released the past. You've released the past version of your Divine Masculine, and you've released the past version of yourself within this connection. And of your relationship as a whole, you've released as well. And so I feel like with this change in focus, you're allowing your heart to truly heal. And when you're allowing your heart to heal, it's like you're allowing it to open up again because you release the past. You release the past pain, you release the past resentment, you release the past triggers. That's where that choose your battles is in. It's coming in. You're not being triggered as you were. You're recognizing your reactions where you were triggered. You have a higher level of awareness now. You have a higher level of understanding. You're able to easily transmute because you're not allowing yourself to be reactive or to be triggered like you once were. You are really, it's like you are, concentrating and focusing on your inner peace. Like your inner peace is the most important piece for you. And you don't want anything to disturb that now. And so that's where you're surrendering so much. You're surrendering a lot of ego is what it is, where you were reactive, where you were defensive, where you were controlling, but not in the same way as the Divine Masculine. It's almost like you were controlling of, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a different way than the divine masculine. There was still a sense of control here. There was still a sense of ego here. That's what you really let go of. Recognizing that you are both on this journey together, that you don't have to be on this journey for your divine masculine. You have to be on this journey for yourself. And so that is letting the past fade away, even the good memories, even the positive memories of what your relationship was. You're letting that fade away, letting that be in the past so that you can start anew. And so what's happening there is there's this immense heart expansion that's happening because you're loving yourself enough to release the past, to embrace the transformation that you're both undergoing, that your relationship and your union as a whole is undergoing. And this is just letting you, releasing battles, releasing the need to battle, releasing the need to defend, releasing the need to control, releasing the triggers. You're just in this state of complete surrender because of this self-focus, because of this self-love, because of this empowerment energy, this strength that you're in. This is this is that goddess energy. I was trying to think if there was like a queen or the empress or the high priestess in the tarot that embodies this, and it's like all of them. All of them. Every queen, the empress, the high priestess, it's all of it embodied to become this goddess energy. Again, it's soft and loving and nurturing and open-hearted, but it's very fierce and divine and just strong. It's this warrior goddess energy. That's where you've come into this power. And so it's because you have really focused on yourself, shifted your focus away. It's not that this connection is always on your mind. Your divine masculine is a part of you. They're always on your mind. They're always in your heart. But you're not needing to control anything anymore. That's the difference. They can be on your heart. They can be in your mind. But you're releasing the responsibility of the connection. You're releasing and just allowing yourself just to be you, just to embody you, just to enjoy your life. You're shifting the focus here to allow yourself to just open yourself up to love, period. Just opening up yourself up to love. Just letting the love expand, because you're not holding on to the past pain. You're not holding on to the past memories. You're not holding on to the past relationship or the past version of your divine masculine or even the past version of yourself. You're just letting yourself to flow. You're just allowing yourself to love, period. That's amazing. Okay, so how is divine feminine feeling about her divine masculine? How is divine feminine feeling about her divine masculine right now? How is divine feminine feeling about her divine... Oops. How's divine feminine feeling about divine masculine? How's divine feminine feeling about divine masculine? There's that Empress energy that's coming through. And simply love. See, that's what it is. Love, period. Simply love. That's that energy. Just allowing love to flow. So we have the Nine of Wands, rest and reconsider. We have, I think that's what that is. Yeah. We have dreams coming true, Nine of Cups, and we have the Empress here. I really feel like it's interesting. We have the divine masculine, the Emperor, and we have the divine feminine with the Empress is what they're pointing me to. So we have both counterparts here. I feel like you're really feeling like the counterpart, like the equal to your divine masculine. You're really feeling in your feminine power because you're recognizing the divine essence of your masculine in his divine power. So that's really beautiful here. You feel like you're opening yourself up to this connection again, opening up yourself to all of that this connection has to offer, not just relationship, but everything it has to offer. With this rest and reconsider card, let me get a clarifier on that before I say anything. You know what? They want me to take this one. I'm going to use this as a clarifying deck. Tell me about rest and reconsider. The Chariot. Okay. I feel like you are taking a step back from taking action in the connection because you're recognizing that your divine masculine is the one doing this. Your divine masculine is the one that is taking the lead, that is taking the reins here. So you're being called to just take a step back, to just pause. I'm not getting the reconsider energy. I'm just getting the rest. I'm just getting the, okay, so the message is coming in. If you are feeling like you're taking action, allow yourself to step back from that. Reconsider that strategy, so to speak, because that is still an energy of control. You're meant to just receive. You're meant to just go with the flow right now. You're meant to take action for your own life. Again, that's that change in focus, but allow your divine masculine to take the reins here and balance this connection out. That's what he's doing for this connection. So you're called to just take this step back because your divine masculine is anchoring this in, grounding this in. You've both been manifesting these Nine of Cups, this happiness, this wish fulfillment. So your job is just to be in your divine feminine energy of receiving. Wow. Okay. Whew. I'm going to get, we have the new moon coming up. I'm hoping to do a reading, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to. So let's get, what is shifting with this new moon? The new moon in Aquarius. Okay, Spirit, what's shifting for the divine masculine with this new moon? What's shifting for the divine masculine with this new moon? What's shifting for the divine masculine with this new moon? Communication is key. That's so funny because I felt that in my client's reading and I was seeing that card. I really feel like your divine masculine, with this transformation, with this strength, is really learning how to express themselves, really learning how to step forward with that open heart, really understanding the importance of communication, and how they had been blocking themselves because they were blocking communication. This is going to resonate for everybody's situation a little bit differently, but communication coming in, and look, they just pointed me to the twins here. You have the Gemini energy. That's the counterparts. There is telepathy that's happening between you two, whether it's conscious or in dream state or unconscious, subconsciously through music downloads or whatever. But there is telepathy that is happening. You guys are really sensing each other, feeling each other, however that comes in for you, that telepathy. But communication is being anchored into the physical now, to come in and shift your connection in the physical. That's what your divine masculine is transforming with this new moon, being able to, because part of their feminine energy that have been so suppressed and so repressed is communication. And the more they open up their heart, the more that feminine energy within them rises and balances out with their masculine energy, the more they're able to express themselves verbally with communication. So that's what they're learning how to do with this new moon. There's a huge shift that's coming in for them here. Divine Feminine, what's shifting for you with this new moon? Meditate and contemplate. I feel like you've already experienced a huge shift is what they're saying, especially this huge release in this past few days, this past few weeks, this past cycle. So I feel like you're just being asked to ground yourself, take some time to reflect, take some time to rest. You have done so much work and transformation, so just allow yourself to enjoy yourself. It's almost like, I'm getting like take a bath. Just take a bath, take a breather, take a break. Allow yourself to just relax and enjoy this cycle, enjoy this period, enjoy this because you've done the work. So just allow yourself to go with the flow now. Okay. Let's get a romance angel. How is divine masculine feeling about divine feminine? How's divine masculine feeling about divine feminine? Ooh, that activations within the heart chakra, heart expansions. I just feel like it is brimming with so much love. And I feel like that's the transformation. You've been transforming, your divine masculine has been transforming, and your love is just expanding and growing because of it. And I feel like you're both recognizing this within each other. Wow, okay. I just got major sense of love and depth within the heart chakra. That's amazing. How is divine masculine feeling about divine feminine? True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Yeah, I'd say with that heart activation, holy cow. Yeah, they are just wanting to come closer towards you, recognizing this, feeling this in the very depth of their being. I'm hearing like on all layers, from like down to their very cellular structure, they're feeling this connection, they're feeling this love for you. It is so entirely deep, and they hadn't been able to communicate this before, but with this transformation, with this strength, rising into their divine essence, that's what's going to start shifting here. How is divine feminine feeling about her divine masculine? How's divine feminine feeling about her divine masculine? That's too many. How's divine feminine feeling about her divine masculine? How's divine feminine feeling about her divine masculine? Ooh. This could be the one. That true love energy, you guys are mirroring this. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. This is the romance of a lifetime. You're mirroring this. You both feel this way. And honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. I feel like this is that wanting that reunion, wanting that union, wanting that coming together. It's almost like wanting that time together. That brings in more love, more passion, more harmony. Just this. It just feels like just peaceful, just wanting peace in your connection now, and you're feeling peace in your connection now because of the transformation here, because of the open heart, recognizing your divine masculine again. Where you might have been doubting this, where you might have been second guessing, where you might have been questioning yourself in this connection, because of the transformation, the release of the old, you're allowing your heart to open up so that this is like you're recognizing the love again. Because that's what this connection is. It is just simply love. I mean, it is deep to be certain, but it is love. And that's really what you're removing on this ascension journey. Removing all the blocks to that love. Removing all the illusions. Removing all the fears. Removing all the trauma and heartbreak of your past. So that you come back to that awareness of love. That's really what this connection has been showing you. And that's really what this transformation you're undergoing is bringing in. It's bringing in this acceptance and this appreciation and this just open-hearted love for each other. And being able to express this, being able to unite in more harmony and more peace without all that triggering and stuff, because that is what you released in the past. So simply love. Simply love. Okay, what is divine masculine healing right now? And then I'm going to get some messages between both counterparts. So what is divine masculine working on right now? What are they working on? Let's do that. What are they working on? What is divine masculine working on for this union? What is divine masculine working on for this union? Page of Swords. Someone wishes to speak their truth in their heart to you, but is holding back in their communication. Allow them the space and time to gain their courage to come forward. That's the power they're gaining. That's the strength they're gaining. That's their wanting to express themselves and learning how to express themselves because their heart is opening, because they're manifesting, because they're rising to their divine essence. They are learning how to speak about this love that they feel and express the love that's in their heart as a whole. Learning how to express their true authenticity, their true self, their divine nature, which is love. Their divine essence is love as well, just like you, divine feminine. And they're learning how to express this. They're learning how to communicate this, how to be open with this in their communication learning how to come forward towards you with that expression as well, because the more they express their true nature, the more they can't help but express their love to you, because the love that they have for you is part of their true nature. It feels so very natural to them. So that's what they're working on. They're working on communication. Divine Feminine, what are you working on in this union? Divine Feminine, what are you working on in this union? I'm going to take that one since it wanted to come out. The Sun. I feel like allowing yourself to be happy, especially after the difficulty of this connection. And look, also the Moon and the Sun here, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine energy uniting. We also have the Three of Cups, which is my union energy, because it's the 2 cups pouring into the third, that Trinity energy. It's that blending of energies, that blending of the love, so that you don't know where one ends, one begins. You're working on this union. Your relationship is reaching a state of harmony within the self and in your partnership, creating a trinity with Source. Celebrate the love that surrounds and embodies this sacred union. With the Sun, love and joy are your birthright. Lighthearted energy is coming to your sacred connection. Allow yourself to believe in the harmony and happiness you feel with one another. You have released the past, and so now you are opening yourself up again to the faith, the magic, the joy, the love of this connection, of your union. You're working on letting the sunshine back in, letting the love back in, allowing yourself to believe again, allowing yourself to believe in union. And by allowing yourself to believe in union and the magic, your union and magic is coming in. Wow. Okay. I'm so mind blown by all these readings lately, because this is such a different energy from even a year ago. It's just incredible, the transformation that takes shape. Just incredible. Do you make sure that you're checking out the light language transmissions and the channeled messages? Specifically, if you're resonating with this, the Unity Code channeled messages and the Twin Flame Code light language transmission, and even really lining relationships, the light language transmission is going to embody this energy and will help shift this energy and keep moving this energy forward, the transformation that's coming through. So give those a listen. Links are in the description box below. Divine Masculine, what do you want to say to your Divine Feminine? I want to take a chance on us. Oh my God. That is an understatement. I feel that because they're feeling so strong within themselves, because they're rising in their power, they're like, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. They're just doing some tweaking. They're just doing some, more transforming, some more awareness and more understanding of themselves and of love as a whole. But they are just getting ready to just communicate and express themselves and take this relationship, this connection, and their understanding of this connection to the next level, because they do want to grow with you. Yeah, okay, that's just confirmation. I'm beginning to understand this connection. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Oh my God. All right. Divine Feminine, what do you want to say to Divine Masculine? That's funny. Divine Feminine, what do you want to say to your Divine Masculine? You're my greatest adventure. I'm believing in this again. I am having faith in this again, and I'm recognizing that my love for you never stopped, never ended. Even though I want to turn away from this, in my heart I never could. I just had to go through my own transformation, but this transformation has been the greatest adventure because I found myself and I found you. Oh, beautiful. Divine Feminine, what do you want to say to your Divine Masculine? That's too many. Divine Feminine, what do you want to say to your Divine Masculine? I'm afraid I made a mess of things. You might be afraid that it's interesting here. You might be a little bit afraid that your lack of faith or any place where you had been doubting might have screwed this connection up. But it doesn't, Divine Feminine. You needed to experience, you needed to release the past I feel like when you were released in the past, you might have gone through this period of detachment or disconnect. You might have even gone through some tower moments with your partner or some triggering with your partner. And you might feel like you have messed something up in your connection, but you haven't, because that was part of the transformation that you had to go through. So allow yourself to forgive yourself for any of this energy. Allow yourself to continue to open up your heart and to continue to embrace this sunshine, to continue to embrace this love, to continue to embrace this connection. Get one more. Divine feminine to divine masculines. You are my beloved. Yeah. There's a real sense of I'm a little bit afraid that this isn't going to come to fruition, but I feel like in your heart you really do know that nothing that you're seeing as quote unquote evidence in the external can limit this bond that you have, can limit this love that you have, because the two of you simply are love. And divine masculine to divine feminine, one last message. Divine masculine to divine feminine. Oh gosh, okay. There's still time for us. Oh, there's so much. I don't feel worthy of you, and I love you so much it scares me. I feel like your person is taking a slow, not a snail's pace, but they're going step by step to keep transforming this unworthiness. I feel like this is an energy of the past, as we had channeled in the beginning. This love had been very overwhelming for them because it was showing them their shadow side. It was showing them where they didn't feel worthy of love, where they didn't feel like they were capable of loving or being loved. But that's part of the transformation that your partner has been undergoing. They want you to understand this, that they're getting ready to take this chance. They're getting ready to take this leap of faith, getting ready to communicate, because they've been going through this transformation. And it's almost like they're responding to you. You're saying, have I made a mess of things? Is it too late for us? Did I give up on us? And your person is saying, no, there's still time for us. I was going through a transformation too. We've both been going through this transformation together. We are each other's beloved. We love each other so much. That's what we have to remember. So keep remembering this. My heart is safe with you. Your heart is safe with one another. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's reading. Again, we'll have some mini readings over on Instagram and Facebook, and cross-posted here to YouTube throughout the week, so make sure that you're staying tuned to all the social media platforms. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and we'll see you next time. Bye.